This podcast is brought to you by Hoare Chartered Accountants. Hoare Chartered Accountants are based in Galway City and are a leading provider of audit, accountancy and taxation services. For more information, visit hoarecharteredaccountants.ie. Now you're welcome along to the Maroon and White pod. I'm delighted to be joined by Meelick Eyrecourt joint captains James Downey and John Fleming to look back on their Intermediate Hurling Championship success. James, coming to you first, how's the last week been?
Very good now, to be fair. It's a lot different than any other year. It's a different feeling. It was I know we had a great week of it now, to be fair. I think we finished up on Wednesday. We were back training on Friday, so it's back to reality now.
What was it like coming back to Eyrecourt?
It was unreal. Sure, like coming into Eyrecourt there was a couple of bonfires with people out at the heads of the roads, and we met in the square then, and we walked down to Eyrecourt Hall together, and I'd say nearly the whole parish is in there waiting for us.
And for yourself, John, what's the last week or two been like?
Yeah, it's just like that. It's been special now, so it has. I suppose the fact that we haven't won it for so long and we've been thereabouts every year, just made it that bit more special. And seeing the likes of ex-players and families and supporters, what it means to them as well, just put a lot into perspective as well. So it was nice to see.
The celebrations when you got back, I'm sure there was a Monday club and a Tuesday club and everything, was there?
There was, yeah. I don't think any of us were used to that before, so it was nice. I think the second or third day when the players were just kind of together, it was probably the best day. But yeah, definitely the first few days were hectic. You weren't able to move in in the pub while it was so busy with everyone around.
It was a big
I was
holiday.
asking the same question to Paul Hubban from Loughrea. It's sort of hard, I'd say, when you win a county championship for it to sink in, just trying to get around to everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I think that day, you don't really know what's going on because there's so much going on. It definitely takes a couple of days to kind of remember it and kind of watch back the match and kind of remember the special moments after the game. I think we could have been 40 minutes on the pitch afterwards before we even went up for the cup with the players and supporters on the pitch as well. So it's nice to reflect on that in the days after it. I think you can kind of get a bit caught up in that day or the day afterwards. So you definitely need a few days to soak it all up.
Has it sinked in for you yet, James?
Slowly. I was only chatting to some of the lads there yesterday morning going to Galway, and I was just driving along and just thinking back of the last week, and you've been thinking, how was this real? It's just slowly sinking in. It's an unreal feeling, to be fair. Like, so long waiting. Like, myself and John are there a few years now, and there's lads there longer than us. So we're just delighted for them as well. So
I don't think I've ever seen as many blue flares on the pitch in Kenny Park. However, he managed to get them in there.
I don't know. We didn't organise that. No, I think someone else did. But to be fair, it was nice to see. It's not something we're used to seeing, and I hope we do get used to it now in the future.
Has it sank in for you at all yet, John?
Similar to James there as well. I suppose we're back training now. We're kind of back to reality again, but at times you would kind of have to pinch yourself. You'd kind of get flashbacks of the day or the moments after the game on the pitch as well, celebrating. So I suppose, yeah, when it's all over, we've a game in a week and a half's time, so we'll settle down again. But I'm sure there'll be more and more days to come again.
Did it take you long to put the speech together?
Yeah, funny enough, kind of James came up to me after a match, and we didn't even have it organised who was going to be talking or that, and it was kind of just in the moments afterwards that we decided that I was going to do the talking after the game, and James talked when he got back home to Eyrecourt for homecoming as well. So we both got our chance to speak.
When you I suppose you probably had to do that a few days before. Would you sort of be nervous doing it? Just the fact you obviously don't know which way the game's going to go.
Yeah, again, you're kind of tempting fate. Like, could go either way. But again, yeah, look, it's something that I suppose as captain, you have to have something prepared. And again, it was so long ago since we last won it, so you just kind of were focusing on what to say and kind of thank the right people and just get the kind of main things said anyway.
James, that moment when you both lifted the mixed silver cup together, it's obviously going to be a special moment and a moment you're going to remember for a long, long time.
Oh, definitely. Like it was an honor to be lifting the cup with John, but like it's a team sport. At the end of it, we made sure the players come up as far as they could where we were getting the cup, and we brought the cup down to them before we lifted. Like, and that's what it means. So, we're all in this together. So that's yeah, it was a great feeling though.
Is it nice to have the video for the two of you, I suppose, God GAT captured? Is it nice that it's there now for both of you?
It is definitely like every time I look back at it, you still get goosebumps. Like, and you wonder is this real or not. But yeah, no, like it's as I said, it's an honor to be captain alongside John. He's our star man, our county man. So it's an honor.
If you're reflecting back on this year then as a whole and getting over the line, what's changed, John?
I suppose not a lot has changed. Like we just said, a lot of work has gone into this the past, not just this year, but the past, I suppose, 5 or 6 years for us, and even before that for the lads before us. So again, I suppose we probably we probably had a poor enough league. Being truthful. And then we kind of got it together for the start of the championship. Like we had a very tough group. We ended up coming second, and we had a prelim quarter final against Bridge. So like we played a lot of tough teams. Any team that we played, we were saying like could have went on and on their day could have won the championship. Like so, I think that kind of stood to us in the long run. Like we had a game. A lot of people might have forgot, but we had a game against Thailand that was determining who was going to be playing junior next year, and that was our county final on the day. So we got over that, and then we had a few more tough tests afterwards, and I suppose we gained a bit of momentum, and just went from there really. So we're kind of happy enough.
What was the pressure like with that side-on game? Because obviously it was, as you mentioned earlier, like a county final. For them, it put them into junior and ye became a Premier Intermediate team. But I can imagine the week of that, it was huge.
Yeah, it was huge, but we never really thought about Ceylan or anything. We just thought about ourselves. That we let the management take care of all tactics, whatever had to be done. But we just looked after ourselves, and like during the week of training, there's not more like you can't book a ball in the match until the day of the match. Like so, if we're training Tuesday, the next ball was the important ball at training. Like so, that was really our motto all year. It's all about the next ball, not the next match, not 2 weeks. The next ball you have.
Do you think that was the turning point in the season, James?
Um, I don't know, but it was a big game. Like, yeah, it was very big, and it probably had some factor. But like, we knew ourselves the quality we have. Like, and once we got a bit of momentum, we knew we were going to take a good team to try and stop us. And I wouldn't say it was the big turning point. Like, we were training well, training like everyone was going well for us, and for once this year we were injury free. So like we knew we had a squad of players, and when we built the momentum, we just kept on top of it.
He obviously followed that up with a win against Bridge. Carmore obviously then in the quarterfinal, they obviously pushed Tina so close. It was obviously another big victory, and it was a comprehensive victory for you too, John.
Yeah, that was a big game for us. I suppose we had a strong second half performance that day, and kind of a lot of things went right for us on the day. And I suppose unfortunate for Karen Moore probably didn't. But we didn't get too carried away afterwards. We were kind of in the same position 2 years ago. We had a good win in the quarter-final stage, and we got knocked out in the semi-final stage. So although we had a good strong performance, we knew we'd a bigger test coming down the road, and we kind of knuckled down after that. Got back training, and put in a good week and a half's training. So we were ready for the next set.
You had to dig deep against Ballygare, it's safe to say as well in that last quarter, particularly.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we came back from 6 points down at one stage, And we know we played Ballygar the last couple of years. There's been no more than a puck of the ball in the difference anytime we played them. So we knew what they were going to bring, and we knew if we could match it, that we'd have the players to finish it off. And we just believed in ourselves that day. And thankfully, we came out the right side of it.
How are you feeling then, James, going into the final?
Um, like we were feeling confident, like we knew we had the squad, we knew we had all the work done, and it was really a matter of bringing it on the day. And like going in, I suppose the week of the final, I was nervous, but when we got to Kenny Park, in the dressing room before the match, we're all there together, a few jokes cracking, and we were very relaxed. And even got out onto the pitch, even the crowd or nothing didn't phase us. Like we knew we had a job to do, and that was that.
What did you think at all about Kinvara being there last year and their second final in a row?
Only a small, but maybe myself thought about, or like nothing, not a whole pile. Like we tried to focus on what we were doing all year, and that was just focus on ourselves. If we can focus on ourselves, nothing else should matter to us. We know if we work harder, do all the right things, like the score will look after itself.
The game management in the final, John, I suppose once Jalen McAvoy got that goal, he really managed that game really impressively.
We did, I suppose, and there was a stiff breeze in the first half as well, playing against it. So scores were hard to come by. But I think we might have left a few more goal chances behind in the first half as well. Unfortunately, I think their goalkeeper made a few very good saves. But like that, I suppose we got to scores a little bit easier going on towards the end of the game. But by no means, like it wasn't simple. Like again, like there was no more than a puck of the ball in it. We knew it would come down to that, and we had to stay fighting until the very end. And I suppose previous years we might have thrown the towel earlier on. So we knew the strength of our panel and the players that had to come on off the bench as well. And to be fair to them, they did. They made a difference when they come on.
How were you feeling? I suppose they had the game level towards the end. Dara Helbert was having an impressive day, really, from the frees and chipping in with scores. It nearly looked at one stage, boy, we could potentially be heading for extra time.
Absolutely. And I suppose I referenced it before, but in the semi final against Ballygar as well, we were down by 6 points and it didn't really phase us. I know I suppose it might have looked at the time the game was going away from us, but we still stuck to what we were doing all year. Like we tried to do the right thing with the ball as much as possible, and to be fair to the lads, they stood up and like I don't think it did cross their mind that we were in bother or we were going to lose it. We knew that we'd still have time to get to scores, and thankfully it worked out that way.
Those scores right towards the end, so crucial as well, James.
Oh yeah, like and the lads coming on made a difference. Like Liam Dewan came on, he won a free, he got the last score. Lee came on, he made an impact as well. It just showed that the depth of our squad now this year, like and like the calmness under the pressure, like because the crowd were really getting into it the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So like we knew when the crowd were behind us and everything was going our way. I was fairly confident with 5 minutes to go that we would put it out of the bag.
Have you watched the game back much?
Um, yeah, it's actually a good few times. It's on repeat inside in the pub in Eyrecourt for the 3 days we were there. But no, I actually watched it myself at home then. I think it was a Thursday evening. And it's a good game to watch now, in fairness. There's good quality hurling on both sides.
How do you assess the performance then, John? Obviously, a good few days on now since obviously I suppose when it was probably on during the pub it was feeling great, but I suppose, how do you look back on the performance now?
Yeah, I suppose the main thing was our work rate. Like we've referenced it all year, that if we bring the work rate and demand that level of work rate any day we go out, like the performance will look after itself. And definitely from forwards point of view, the six forwards that started and the two lads that come on as well set down a marker from the very start. Like we had a lot of turnovers and we put them under a lot of pressure. And I think that to back the field end for our backs like made life a little bit easier for them. So that was the main thing. I think if any day we do go out and bring that physical performance or physical work rate and aggression, that we've every chance no matter who we play.
Do both of you feel you did anything different this year, or what do you think has, I suppose, got you over the line?
I don't think we've done anything different, to be honest. Do you know, like like the last couple of years, we knew we had the quality of players. Like we just could never get over the line. I suppose I don't know if we found this year we some breaks that wouldn't go our way last year went our way this year. Do you know, a bit of luck here and there. Um, and yeah, look, we suppose come down to the last 10 minutes of every game, we knew that we were still there. Like, and we knew they were the most important minutes of a game. Like, so we just focused on work rate, and once we worked harder in our opposition, we knew that we had the players to win any game that came our way.
Was winning an intermediate referenced much?
No, not really. No, it was all about the next game. Do you know, like, and even the county final, it's still another game of hurling. Like, do you know, so that's I suppose that's what kept us, I suppose, relaxed and everything.
Yeah, was it hard, John, going from, I suppose, you've been probably one of the most consistent teams at intermediate. You've been thereabouts in semis and quarters for the last year to make that next jump then.
Yeah, I like that. Like as James said, we're probably we've been here or thereabouts before, like, but obviously not getting over the line. But I think like we've matured a small bit, and a lot of our players kind of have developed a lot as well over the last couple of years. And we knew this year, like, not to panic, I suppose, when the game was in the melting pot. And um, I suppose we got a bit of luck with injuries as well, as James referenced before, like which does help. Like, so we had a very strong panel of players, and we knew that like if I suppose if someone is having an off day, that there's someone else to come in and take their spot. Like, but yeah, no, we're just delighted altogether.
Special to win it with the brothers.
Yeah, yeah, I think me and James actually had two brothers each on the panel, so it is that bit more special when you get to play alongside them and win an intermediate final with them.
Special for yourself too, James.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like myself and Owen, he's a year older than me. We've been hurling since under eights or under sixes together. Like, and Colin, I only started hurling with him, I suppose, intermediate, but that's going on what 5 years now, so 6 years. So it's great to win with the two of them.
What brought the move about to number six? Obviously, a lot of people would be familiar with you as a attacker.
I don't know, to be honest. I was traveling at the start of the year for a few months, and first training back, we played a bit of a squad match, and I was put as number six, and I sort of stayed there since.
Yeah, and
It's just
you enjoying it?
I am, yeah. Like it's a big change, but like I suppose I've been playing forwards all my life, so it's actually a nice change. You know, it's I'd like to be able to play every position.
For yourself, John, you've been sort of around midfield. We maybe seen you in the half forward line too. I I suppose, do you enjoy that freedom of going between a few different positions?
Yeah, again, like we said, like in fairness to the management team, like we've no real set positions. If you end up inside for 5 or 10 minutes, like, or for a play or two, you play what's on. So that bit of freedom is great in a way. And no more than the rest of the forwards as well. They can find themselves anywhere in the six positions. So it kind of it takes it's a relief, I suppose, in a way that you're not kind of tied down to any one role. So that way, it's great.
You've obviously had some big performances between the two, Nathan Erner, Jarlath McAvoy, Finn Gohary, James Burke at the back. There's been a lot of different players stepping up this year.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like everyone can have an off game, and that's why it's a team. You know, if you have an off game, the lad beside you will stand up, and like thankfully the final, everyone stood up. Everyone, you can't say that anyone had a bad game. Everyone played very well, and yeah, that's what done it for us.
What do you think, John, this can do for Meelick Eyrecourt now as a club?
Oh, it's massive, Paul. Just the last, I suppose, couple of days, even bringing the cup round to a few of the kind of club stalwarts or older people, older generations in the club that weren't able to get to the game. You could see the joy in their faces and what how much it meant to them. Like, it's kind of us as players, like we're privileged to be able to go out and play every day. but we probably don't realize how much it does or how much it means to our families and the community in general. So to get that, I suppose, to finally do it after so long, and to be able to see the joy in their faces is special as well. So it is.
It's obviously been something special. I've seen the different photos on social media. Just, I suppose, the older generation probably appreciate how special this is for them too.
Definitely, yeah. As I said, like all we get to do is go out and train and go out and play games. Like it's so much more for them. Like a lot of time, their week works around when we're playing and get to go and see the games, or get to see us bringing something back to them. So it is special in that regard.
And you're hoping James this can inspire the next generation too.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like when we got back to Aircourt, back to the hall, like it was filled with all the youngsters, and it was very nice to see, you know, and they're all high fives, looking for autographs and everything. And I think John referenced it in his speech after the match that this is what it's about, you know, a year the future generation, and we hope you look up to us and keep this going for the club.
For people who aren't aware, James, how would you describe Meelick Eyrecourt as an area?
It's a small area, like there's Meelick Eyrecourt and Clonford all in one, but they're small parishes, but it's very proud. It's a very proud parish. You know, sure, it's steeped in history, going back to Meelick representing Galway in the first ever All Ireland final. Um, and yeah, no, it's I suppose proud is one of the most important words that we associate with our club.
You've had challenges, I'm sure, like every club, people going abroad, people at the minute, but you've overcome them challenges as well.
Oh yeah, like we still have them challenges. I'd say we could make another starting 15 of lads that are abroad. You know, there's that many of them gone, but no, like to be fair, we don't lose many players up through the ranks. Obviously, a few, but we're very lucky to have the players we have.
How would the numbers be, John, then coming up underage in the club?
Yeah, as James referenced, we're obviously a rural parish. Like numbers are small, so it is a struggle, no more than a lot of other kind of clubs around East Galway anyway in general. We're joined up underage for Father Joe's in a lot of grades. But in a way it's great for the lads to kind of get competitive hurling and to develop their hurling as well. So I suppose it's a struggle like a lot of rural clubs as I said already, but we're trying to make the most or make the best of it as we can.
Word on your management, Niall Lynch, Cathal O'Byrne, and a lot of different people involved there. I suppose how have they been able to get the most out of you, do you feel?
Um, I suppose they're all young men, you know. They're not some of them. I don't know when Cahill retired from hurling, but Niall and uh, Michael Larkin only stopped hurling last year from an injury. Now he might come back, we don't know. But and Niall Lynch is the same. He only properly retired as well. So they're not long gone from the game. So they understand the game and how it's developed over the last few years. And Cahill, like he's a very experienced trainer, and like his trainings have been exceptional. And then with Niall and Michael Larkin bringing their expertise, it sort of they made they're a great management setup to be fair, you know, and they understand what goes on in players' backgrounds and you know in general, like so they're very good now to be fair.
You'll probably have to start claiming calls soon, will you?
I think we already have John referenced that in the speech as well.
Yeah, just on that management, John, like what do you feel they've done for you this year?
Yeah, like no more than James said, they're a very professional bunch. Like our trainings have been exceptional, top class. And again, like that, the Niles hurling brain is second to none. And again, like that, they're only recently retired, so they've played the game. They know they're up to scratch with it as well. Like so, we're kind of feeding off them, and it's kind of it's a joy to kind of work with them and to play under them as well.
You do seem to be a club that seems to be exposed to a high level of coaching. Obviously, Noel Larkin's been involved with Galway, but even Niall Corcoran as well. There seems to be different lads in the club who I suppose, have experienced you to a high level of coaching.
Oh, definitely. And you've Mark Dunn as well, and Molly Dunn. We have a number of great coaches, and like they have all done work with us down through the years. I remember when I was under 12 or 14, Molly Dunn was training us in the AstroTurf over winters, like so. Like we are very lucky to have them sort of coaches in our club. Yeah.
If you're to suppose look back in one sense then on the county final success, and obviously 97 I think was the last time you won it before this year. Is relief the word you use, John?
In one way, it is. Yeah, I would say. If we didn't get over the line this year, I think we'd find it very hard to come back again. I think, but on the other hand, like at the end of the day, there's 16 teams in the championship, like, and only one can come out on top. And that's the beauty of the sport. So we know that no matter who you play, it's if you don't turn up, you're not gonna win. So it's about putting your best foot forward and trying to better yourself every day you go out as well.
Ending, I suppose, that 28 years, I suppose, without the Intermediate Championship. Do you realise that it was that long of a gap now?
Um, I suppose I don't know. It's sort of a hard question now. It doesn't seem as long for us, I suppose, as it does to older people in the club. You know, like I suppose I'm 13 years intermediate, John. You're what, 10, 9, 10?
8, 9, yeah.
Yeah, like no, 13 years is a long time too. But for people who won in '97 to seeing us win the last day, I suppose that is a long time for them.
Yeah. Eh, I do have to ask you, lads, obviously it's changing now to Premier Intermediate. Although you won the Intermediate Championship, you're going to be a Premier Intermediate team. In previous years, if you won this, you'd be going up to Senior B. Does that enter your minds at all?
No, I don't think so. Not throughout the championship. I suppose before the championship, every team knew whoever was going to win was still going to be a Premier Intermediate team next year. So we wouldn't give that back for anything in the world. Look, it is unfortunate. It has to be someone has to lose out, and unfortunately, it is this year. But again, like there's a serious standard of teams next year's championship between the eight intermediate teams that are going up and the senior B teams that are there now as well at the minute. So we know that it's going to be one hell of a championship next year, and there will be a lot of local rivalry and local battles as well. So there will.
Do you think it's the right thing that's happening?
Well, I suppose the standard of hurling next year in the Premier Intermediate is going to be very high, you
Mm.
know, and like I don't know, like it's hard to tell. Like we'll see next year, I suppose, what how it'll fare out. But like we are looking forward to playing the standard of hurling next year because like if we were promoted, we'd be playing a lot of the same teams, you know, up in Senior B anyway. So look, it's still one championship away from senior hurling, Senior A, like so. That's what it means to us.
It's going to be some dogfight though next year, isn't it?
Definitely, as John said there, there's a lot of local rivalries now between ourselves and Clymer and Tina, Portumna, Mulia. So like I suppose we are really looking forward to them matches.
How has it been then getting back on the training pitch?
Oh, it's brilliant in a way. I know we done a fair bit of celebrating, but at the end of the day, like the most important thing is to get back out on the pitch with your teammates and your brothers and club mates and lads that you've played with for so long. So I think we were back training last Friday, but a lot of us were blowing heavy after it. But at the same time, we were just delighted to be there. Like it's in November now, and we're still hurling with our clubs. Like, and it's just it's special.
Is there a sense now that obviously you have the Connacht final coming up, but do you want this to go on for a few more weeks? Because it's the one thing, not every club is guaranteed to enter this provincial and maybe even potentially an All Ireland Championship.
Oh, definitely. Like we're looking forward to the Connacht final. Like we won the county final and we have a Connacht final now, and we don't want to stop there either. Like you know, but like we still have a tough game ahead in either Turin or Gabriel, so whoever comes out on top of that. But we are really looking forward to it. But I suppose there's nothing we can't really think of that now until we're back training again this week. That's the next most important thing.
You're not getting flights over to London or anything this weekend, no?
No, not wasn't no. I won't be able to afford it after last week.
You've probably seen even with Turin in previous years, and Gabriel seemed to be fancied from a lot of people this year, that a massive challenge is coming as well for me.
Yeah, we know that now that I think Turin have won something like five Connacht titles and have bet a lot of Galway teams on the way. So we know what they're about. There'll be a massive test, and we're just focusing on ourselves now for the next day, get ourselves right in the best shape we can be, and bring that level of performance. And after that, then once we come ready for it, we'll do all we can, and we know that we're representing our club first and foremost, and we're also representing Galway as well. So we leave everything out there the next day.
What Tina done last year, has that nearly motivated you in one sense, James?
Um, Definitely, yeah. Like it just shows that it can be done, and they were very unlucky in the final. I think they only lost by a goal at the end, but yeah. But again, we can't really think that far ahead yet because we still have another game in a week and a half time. So that's our priority at the minute.
What would a Connacht title mean?
Oh, sure, it'll be so it's I don't know. I suppose we'll know in a week and a half, but it would mean so much to us. Like it's an unbelievable opportunity. Like for some of us now, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Like there's lads there pushing on, and you know, they need this more than anything, and they don't want us to stop here. So it means a lot to us.
For yourself, John, has 2025 been the dream year really? You obviously got in with Galway this year and winning a championship with your club.
Yeah, it's been a great year so far, Paul. As you said, yeah, I've kind of first year on the Galway panel really, and win an intermediate club with or title with your club is been the stuff of dreams. Like, but again, I suppose we're not really thinking or reflecting on it yet. It's not over. It's not finished. Like when you're there, you want to go as far as you can and win everything that's in front of you. And then I suppose when you do eventually decide to hang up the boots, that's the time to reflect on it and soak it all up. But while we're here, we want to make the most of it and certainly go as far as we can.
Was it a difficult year in one sense, John, with Galway this year?
Yeah, I suppose look, the results didn't go our way. We put in the work as much as any other team as well. And unfortunately, I suppose on the big days or on the most important days when everyone is there, it didn't happen. But look, we'll regroup and go back again, and I've no doubt that we'll be contending again.
Yeah, it's probably even, I suppose, when some people say maybe there isn't really young hurlers there and go, it's just ridiculous, really, because I suppose we've seen throughout this club championship that there's so much young talent coming.
Absolutely, like if you look across the senior B, intermediate championship, you'll find players from every club. So there is talent there. It's just about, I suppose, taking that talent and putting it into one team.
Did you find it hard, I suppose, to get that breakthrough of going? Like, did you find the step up or the jump from, I suppose, finally getting your chance this year? Is that hard for the club player now to, I suppose, burst onto a senior hurling squad?
Yeah, it's difficult. I suppose there's a lot of factors involved, but trying to break through from the club to county, it's obviously a step up in level, and it is difficult. But you obviously need a bit of luck as well at the end of the day. And look, thankfully, I good one of kind of injury free as well, so I was happy enough in that regard.
It's obviously been massive, I'm sure, for the club, James, to have a county player.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He's sure everyone knows he's a great hurler, and you can see that below in trainings and matches and everything. He brings the best out of everyone. To be fair to him.
Well, lads, great stuff. Thanks very much for coming on to the podcast, and the very best of luck in the Connacht final.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks.
Paul.